everyone, and welcome to the Lab 22. Let's see the questions our young listeners have sent us today.
The next question is from Sophia. Why is the periodic table so important?
Hello, Sophia. Thank you very much for your question, and it's an interesting one. Periodic table is really important for us. It's really important for everything which we see around us. And essentially, periodic table arranges all the existing elements in a pattern, in the groups. And all the elements which are located in the same group, they behave in a similar way. For example, they can explode in the contact of water, or they can be just radioactive. Depends where they're located. And in a similar way, we can predict behavior of an element which is located in a certain group. So we know what to expect from these elements. That's why periodic table is so important.
Hi friends, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can keep discovering new things with us.
The next question is from Naksh, who's 11. And he asks, how do we make electricity without a storm or electricity?
Oh Naksh, this is a really good question, thank you. So most of the cases, most of the times we generate electricity by converting mechanical movement into electricity. And how is it actually possible? By using permanent and temporary magnets. The main idea is if we have lots of wires and we pass a magnet on it, the magnetic field is going to generate electricity. And then we take advantage of big natural things that can create this movement, for example waterfalls, for example wind, for example thermal reactors, and then we make the machine to turn.
Next question from Aaron, 10. Is Oobleck used in the Lab 22?
Thank you, Aaron, for your question. Oobleck is an example of a non-Newtonian fluid. Okay? And non-Newtonian fluids exists in many aspects of our lives and the products that we use. An example of one is ketchup, which is a shear thinning non-Newtonian fluid. And what we mean by shear thinning is when I squeeze or shake the ketchup, then it is easier to flow. It behaves more like a liquid. Okay. The other example of a non-Newtonian fluid is called a shear thickening fluid. And an example of a shear thickening fluid is custard. That's when if I shake or apply a force to custard, it behaves more like a solid. And there's actually a video on the internet of a man running over custard without drowning.
That's all for today. Thanks for listening and see you soon.